Hi, I'm Mary Gannon with Design World, and I'm here today talking with Johan Paulsson from Tetra Pak about maintenance and reliability. Johan, Tetra Pak is getting into asset management. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is and why you're getting into that service?
Tetra Pak is moving into asset management services for the reason that the food industry is under pressure. They are pressed from the bottom line by sense of price volatility and fluctuations on raw material coming in, but it's also pressure from the forex prices, etc., etc. So that is pushing the bottom line up. At the same time, the top line is pushed down from the retailer end of the value chain, because they're pressing for lean production and lean storekeeping inside the retailer area, meaning that the finished goods is pushed to the food manufacturers, meaning that they need to have larger stores. So that means that the top line is under pressure. So it's all about being in control of what you can control, and that is the manufacturing and the logistic process in the flow. And there we also need to move in from focusing less on the day-to-day activities, which is cost focused. But cost is very important, but you also need to couple that with balancing cost, risk and performance. And that means you can get a long-term focus in your business. At the same time, you need to align the corporate goals with the actions and activities on the floor level.
And I think some of the things that you talked about a little bit were about risk management and quality control and things like that. Can you kind of go into a little bit about what risk means in this regard?
The food industry has a lot of focus on risk today. And risk come in many different forms. One, for example, is the personal health of the workforce. Other example could be the food safety, that you get safe products to the market. And other example could also be that you have on-time delivery every time to your retailers, your customers. But if we back up a little bit and think of the workforce and the planning and so on, is that very often people think of personal safety, that you don't have slippery floors and you have railings where you're supposed to go and so on. But that's not the whole thing. Because imagine you get a worker need to go up and fix a valve up on some pipe in the middle of the night. And it's there the accidents happens. So it's all about getting integrated planning, so he don't need to go up there in the first place. And if you need to go up there, it's in a controlled environment, so you can build a scaffolding and do it in a good way. So that is the risk handling part. When it comes to quality, it's also that when you are in a planned environment and actually control your whole operation, the quality will get better.
So I think one of the big aspects of asset management is risk and quality. Can you kind of delve into a little bit about how that can help in this service?
Yeah, definitely. Risk is very, very important. And what this is about balancing cost, risk and performance. Mm-hmm. Because very often organizations get caught in the day-to-day operations, and that tend to be cost focused. Right. But we need to balance the cost, risk and performance. And the risk aspects come in many different forms. We have the health and safety, of course, that's very important, of personal safety of the staff. We have the quality risk of the quality of the product, which is very, it's always on the minds of the food manufacturers, of course, very important. But then you have the business risk, which could come in the forms of that you don't deliver to your customers, the retailers, on time and when you're supposed to do it. But when you do this type of work with asset management, it's all about integrated planning and get the alignment from the top level all the way down to the people actually need to climb up on a pipe in the middle of the night. It's then the accidents happens, then you slip down. Why is that? Yeah, you are not supposed to be there in the first place. So, because you didn't put the scaffolding there, you have someone that's screaming at you that you need to get this running now. But when you're in a planned environment, you minimize that you actually put yourself in that situation. It's about getting the integrated planning in place, because that person was not supposed to be there up there in the first place. So when you plan your work and your schedules in a proper way, you minimize the actual reason for a person to do unplanned work, and that by definition are improving the health and safety workplace.
And that is very critical indeed, absolutely. And I think a big theme that's been talked about a lot lately in the last year or so has been the Internet of Things. How do you take this data, that all this data is coming in, how do you use that for asset management to kind of improve your processes?
Data is crucial because we need to make fact-based decisions. We need to make informed decisions. So data is very, very important. And very often it's not that we're missing too much data.
Right.
It's the trick of converting information you have in data to knowledge. So you actually use this knowledge to make informed decisions.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much, Johan. That's very interesting, and I think a lot of people can really see a value in that. So for more information, definitely visit tetrapak.com, and thanks for watching.
Thank you.